Welcome to the Simplified Tradie Marketing Podcast with me, Alan Collins, an electrician, electrical service business owner and certified marketing consultant specialising in home service tradie businesses. I want to take you, the listener, from confusion to clarity when it comes to marketing in your tradie business. This podcast will help you gain knowledge, tricks, tips and methods that you can deploy straight into your tradie business today. When it comes to lead handling in your business, one of the most underestimated things is the speed that you get to that lead. So let's say you've spent all this money on your nice new website, someone's doing your socials, you've got your paid advertising rocking, you're getting inquiries coming in, and what's happening is you're not getting to those inquiries quick enough. So give it a few minutes, even up to 5 minutes. If you're not answering those calls or getting back to those inquiries immediately, they will go elsewhere. People are so impatient these days. It's crazy. They're not going to wait around. They've already been left down by another contractor. They've tried you. They've been left down again. So it looks like that third person is going to be lucky. It is vital that you've got a process in place. And within my business, what I do is I've got a virtual assistant that answers emails and online inquiries. And I've got a virtual team that takes the calls as well. So they're remotely based. So I'm essentially a one-man band with a virtual team. And it just works so well. So when the inquiries come in, I've got a process where they will gather the information, they will add it to my job management software, which is ServiceMate, and then basically push out a template, which has already been pre-built, just with some generic questions that we request every time. Likewise, for the online inquiries, if it comes into my inbox, I've got a virtual assistant who's based overseas, and she oversees my inbox, and if an inquiry comes in, she logs the job onto ServiceMate, and then she sends a generic template as well. Sometimes if it's super generic or very easy to do, she can do everything herself and there's no need for me to get stuck in between the weeds. It's vital that you've got a process in place because, as I said, if you're spending all that money on the website and then it comes to dropping the ball when the actual lead comes in, which is the most important part. So people concentrate too much on their logo, this and that, and it's like, the 1%ers, like having a process when a lead comes in, is just absolutely worth its weight in gold. Another pet peeve of mine is people's voicemails. People's voicemails should be set up professionally as well. There's one guy in particular that I know is a good friend of mine, and his voicemail, he's a tradie, his voicemail basically says, "I'm very busy on a job. If you can give me a call back later on, that'd be great." How shit does that sound to a client when they actually call up and they want your services? Or worse, again, there's nothing there. Like, at least that guy made some attempt. But when somebody calls up a pretty decent voicemail that's going to answer their calls and basically give them the next steps, I'm all about templates and processes and making things more streamlined. I'm very systematic the way I think and do things. So what I've got as well is it's a very simple automation setup. But when somebody calls and the call drops short or it's not answered, there's an automation pings in the background that it scrapes their phone number and it sends them a generic message just basically saying, "Hey, sorry we've missed your call. Please ring the office on this number." Or if it's more convenient, fill out this form here and there's a link to our form. So it's just those little things that it's like, for some reason, whatever, if we don't get to the call or it doesn't make it through, they still get a last-ditch attempt that we tried to get to them. And the amount of times that form is filled in is crazy. So it's all about just putting those little 1%ers in place. If you are a sole trader or you've got a couple of guys working with you, it doesn't matter. You still have to have these processes in place. And particularly if you're a sole trader, it's definitely worth looking into a virtual assistant for looking after your emails and little generic stuff like that. Because when you drop the ball, when you're out in the tools, you can't do stuff. This is where they step in. They're so affordable, it's crazy. And just the rates that you can pay them compared to getting a full-time admin inside in your office. And just combining the virtual assistant with your automations and all the triggers, your business just becomes more streamlined. It's better for your business and it's better for your customer's experience. If you are considering getting a VA or virtual assistant for your business, do not look at it as an expense. It's actually an investment because they're going to pick up the phone call when you weren't, and that job was going to be a $10,000 switchboard relocation, for example. If they're answering calls, they're booking jobs in, they're filling your diary, keeping your workflow consistent, that is definitely a great investment in my opinion. Hey, super quick. I just want to thank you firstly for listening to the podcast today and taking the time out to do so. If you found anything useful, please feel free to share the link with another tradie. Subscribe and review. You'll get the podcast alert every time it is uploaded then. Lastly, there is a bonus of 9 ways in 9 days to 100k plus profit. Links are in the description below. I feel this will greatly help your business.